Hi everyone. I'm going to be talking today about a different kind of DAO and what a DeSci DAO is, and specifically AthenaDAO, which is one of the few bio DAOs in the space. So a little bit of background. I'm a scientist. I did my studies in molecular and cell biology, and I went on to do my PhD in biology of aging and female reproductive biology. I was quite disappointed from traditional science and quite eager to leave. But luckily I found DeSci. Along the way I did some VC and venture creation and developed a passion for commercialization of biotech ventures and actually bringing treatments to patients. So what is DeSci? For me it's a long overdue paradigm shift and where blockchain enables a global community to bring science back to innovation and translation through Web3 tools. So for AthenaDAO, we are tackling one big problem. Currently, the healthcare system and the biotech system are leaving half of the population behind. And there is approximately 1% spent of the NIH budget that goes to women-specific conditions. Women who are 50% of the population, and that includes conditions that affect 1 in every 10 women. So not only it's unfair, it's also a huge market opportunity that's missed. Even within the longevity space, which is my field and where I'm coming from, there is a huge underrepresentation, and reproductive longevity for women comes second to last, and after pets, which is great for dogs, but not that good for women. So in terms of the science, we're missing a lot. There are data gaps, there are funding gaps, which creates a huge market gap, and the state of the science is not even at the valley of death, which it makes it very convenient for a model like ours to step in and fill in those gaps. AthenaDAO is a decentralized community of researchers, patients, women, funders, who come around a common mission, and it is a very good opportunity specifically for this to apply BioDAOs for very traditionally overlooked areas of science because there is a very strong community to support this kind of research. So what we do is we source, fund, and incubate scientific projects in the space in order to accumulate IP assets and eventually spin out companies from the DAO. The idea is, of course, to bring the discoveries to market and to patients. We do that by novel funding mechanisms that are blockchain-based. We use IP NFTs, which is basically attaching the legal IP licensing contract to a smart contract and put it on chain. That allows us to transfer it much more easily, but also, and more importantly, it allows us to fractionalize it and tokenize it, and it's the first tradable and liquid IP asset that exists. Also, it's attaching something that is actually valuable to an NFT, so hopefully they might cost more than monkey pictures. And apart from funding, AthenaDAO, of course, wants to become a global female-led movement and provide a lot of resources around education and awareness, because not only there is lack of information in the space, there is a lot of disinformation as well, because people try to capitalize on the lack of information and sell snake oil and show their products that are not validated. So what we do is we start from research and development and want to produce reliable clinical data that can then lead to investments and bring therapeutics to patients. So far, we have funded 2 IP NFT projects. So we've provided the funds to an actual university. The labs are already doing research on them. We also did our Genesis token launch a month ago and evaluated over 80 projects with our 40 active contributors. It was a bunch of scientists, postdoc, PhD students, and so that are passionate about the area. But we also have a wider audience of over 5,000 people. We also have one stealth company underway, so that's a big development, and it's going to be exciting next year. Those are the 2 projects that we funded. Our first round was on ovarian aging, because that's one type of issue in women's health that is barely funded, and everyone goes through it, and it's not just about fertility. Ovarian health and aging impacts women's health overall, and menopause increases risk of disease over so many different classes of diseases. So we hope by targeting the underlying causes of it, we will be able to address all of these things. We also work on public goods. We have written 2 reproductive health reports that are funded by Gitcoin. And a couple of announcements. We are looking for contributors and especially more technical people from ML and bioinformatics, as well as robotics and computational biology to help us with some internal data projects. We're also going to have a tradable token next month and enable governance. We're also doing some competitions for entrepreneurs and builders in the space to step in and take in some of the scientific projects that we funded in order to commercialize them and build a company around them. So it's kind of like a reverse hackathon. We already have the solution, we need someone to build it. And we're releasing a March collection and also our startup company. We do a number of initiatives to engage the community. We have book clubs, we have interviews with experts, and our Discord, of course. So if you want to join our community and ask more questions about DeSci and how BioDAOs work, feel free to reach out or join or open to any questions right now.